In the experimental, non-clinical, research arena, good laboratory practice or GLP is a quality system of management controls for research laboratories and organizations to ensure the uniformity, consistency, reliability, reproducibility, quality, and integrity of products in development for human or animal health, including pharmaceuticals, through non-clinical safety tests. From physiochemical properties through acute to chronic toxicity tests. 1, 2. GLP was first introduced in New Zealand and Denmark in 1972, and later in the US in 1978 in response to the Industrial Biodist Labs scandal. It was followed a few years later by the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD, principles of GLP in 1992. The OECD has since helped promulgate GLP to many countries. GLP applies to non-clinical studies conducted for the assessment of the safety or efficacy of products in development, including pharmaceuticals, for people, animals, and the environment. 1. GLP, a data and operational quality system, is not the same as standards for laboratory safety, appropriate gloves, glasses, and clothing to handle lab materials safely. The principles of GLP aim to ensure and promote safety, consistency, high quality, and reliability of chemicals in the process of non-clinical and laboratory testing. GLP is not limited to chemicals and also applies to medical devices, food additives, food packaging, color additives, animal food additives, other non-pharmaceutical products or ingredients, biological products, and electronic products. GLP was first introduced in New Zealand and Denmark in 1972. GLP was instituted in U.S. following cases of fraud generated by toxicology labs in data submitted to the FDA by pharmaceutical companies. Industrial Biodist Labs, IBT, was the most notable case, where thousands of safety tests for chemical manufacturers were falsely claimed to have been performed or were so poor that police investigators could not piece together what work had been done, even though IBT superficially delivered the test results their contracts with the manufacturers specified. These issues were made public in the hearings at the U.S. Congress, which led to the FDA's publication of proposed regulations on GLP in 1976, with establishment of the final rule in June 1979, 21 CFR 58. The Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, had also encountered similar problems in data submitted to it, and issued its own draft GLP regulations in 1979 and 1980, publishing the final rules in two separate parts, 40 CFR 160 and 40 CFR 792, in 1983. Since 1987 the European Council had adopted two basic directives and a decision relating to the application of the GLP principles. Directive 2004/10/EC has replaced Directive 87/017/EEC as of March 11, 2004. Directive 2004/9/EC has replaced Directive 88/320/EEC as of March 11, 2004. Directive 2004/10/EC of the European Parliament and of the Council of February 11, 2004 on the harmonization of laws, regulations, and administrative provisions relating to the application of the principles of good laboratory practice and the verification of their applications for tests on chemical substances. This directive lays down the obligation of the member states to designate the authorities responsible for GLP inspections in their territory. It also comprises requirements for reporting and for the internal market, i.e., mutual acceptance of data. Directive 2004/9/EC of the European Parliament and of the Council of February 11, 2004 on the inspection and verification of good laboratory practice, GLP. The directive requires that the OECD revised guides for compliance monitoring procedures for GLP and the OECD guidance for the conduct of test facility inspections and study audits must be followed during laboratory inspections and study audits. 89/569/EEC Council decision of July 28, 1989 on the acceptance by the European Economic Community of an OECD decision/recommendation on compliance with principles of good laboratory practice. There are also product-oriented directives referring to GLP obligations. REACH Regulation of December 18, 2006 and Directive 2006/121/EC of December 18, 2006. Medicinal Products, Directive 2001/83/EC on the Community Code relating to medicinal products for human use of November 6, 2001 as amended by Commission Directive 2003/63/EC. Veterinary Medicinal Products, Directive 2001/82/EC of the European Parliament and of the Council of November 6, 2001 on the Community Code relating to veterinary medicinal products. Cosmetics, Council Directive 93/35/EEC amending for the sixth time Directive 76/768/EEC. Feeding Stuffs, Regulation, EC, No. 1831/2003 of the European Parliament and of the Council of September 22, 2003 on additives for use in animal nutrition. Foodstuffs, Directive 89/107/EEC. Novel Foods and Novel Food Ingredients, Regulation, EC, No. 258/97 of the European Parliament and of the Council of January 27, 1997 concerning novel foods and novel food ingredients. Pesticides, Council Directive 91/414/EEC of July 15, 1991 concerning the placing of plant protection products on the market. Biocides, Directive 98/8/EC of the European Parliament and of the Council of February 16, 1998 concerning the placing of biocidal products on the market. Detergents, Directive 98/8/EC Regulation, EC, No. 648/2004 of the European Parliament and of the Council of March 31, 2004 on detergents. EC Ecolabel, Commission Decision 2005/344/EC of March 23, 2005, establishing ecological criteria for the award of the Community Ecolabel to all-purpose cleaners and cleaners for sanitary facilities. In the meantime, the EU has concluded mutual acceptance agreements in the area of GLP with Israel, Japan and Switzerland. By means of the Treaty of the European Economic Area of September 13, 1993, the European regulations and directives also apply to Iceland, Liechtenstein, and Norway.